Now, there's a very big difference between being in love and being possessively obsessed. And that difference is a very thin line. Not a lot of people even know it exists. A lot of people, especially young teenagers, think they're in love when they're not. It's called being possessively obsessed. Now, you're probably sitting here thinking, what the heck is possessive obsession over a person? And how the heck can that be mistaken for love? Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm kicking your December off with explaining what true love really is and giving you a conception whether the partner you're with today is the true love of your life or a person you're possessively obsessed with. So let's jump into this video and find out whether you're truly in love or not. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Focus Future channel. I hope you guys are having an amazing day and I hope we're striving to achieve. Today I'm going to explain the difference between possessive obsession love and normal love. So if you're interested in all that, stay tuned. If not, please use the top link in the description to find out a bit more about me. But apart from that, let's jump into this video and see the difference between these two amazing words. Now, love. This concept that not many people actually understand, some people don't even believe in, and others can just never get right. This kind of thing that generally in the real world has no logic to it. No one truly knows when they're in love, they're kind of just guessing. And basically, it's just this big mess. No scientist, no professional, no leading expert has ever managed to clarify what it truly is, or what it means, or how to know if you feel it. We're all kind of just playing guessing games. And that's what love is. It's a ball mix of emotions, of problems, of issues, of confidence, of communication, and sex. And oh boys, is it a complicated mess to understand. And even I am not an expert. But there's some things that I can be pretty reassured of, and there's some things that if you were aware of would probably make your love life a tiny bit easier. And that is the difference between obsessive love and normal love. Now, when you type in the definition of love on Google Chrome, this is what comes up. It gives you a load of different things, and then it gives you the definition of love. And it means the intense feeling of affection. That's the definition of love, according to Google Chrome. An intense feeling of affection. Can we just give Google Chrome a round of applause, please, for their great definition of what love is. It's really amazing. This four-letter word that so many people get confused about is defined by Google as the feeling of deep affection. Or in other words, a great interest or pleasure in something, or in other words, a person or a thing that one loves. That's not even a definition, that's just a four-word sentence that makes no sense. So if Google has no idea what the heck love is, because it clearly doesn't, because its very basic descriptions of what love is just proves absolutely nothing, then who the heck in this world does know what love is? Pretty much no one. Again, it's a guessing game. So if we don't know what love is, how the heck can my dumb-ass self understand what possessive love is if we don't even know what love is? Well, here's the thing. Now, what scientists have proved is that people who have happy, fulfilling and structured childhoods, which in today's society is very rare but does still happen on the odd occasion, are more likely to fall in love and have a successful relationship. Again, I understand that this is very unlikely, but it's proven. Basically, the better your childhood is, the more likely you are to find a good soulmate. Or to find your soulmate quicker. Doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to find one at all. Chances are your relationship will be stronger, have a lot less arguments, and generally be more fulfilling. But again, that doesn't really mean that you're not going to have one at all. So if that is the case, if that is true, that if you have a bad childhood, you're less likely to find a good soulmate, and if I have a good childhood, I'm more likely, then basically that means my love life is going to be a complete scrambles. Sorry to my partner who is probably watching this video. But yeah, according to Google Chrome and scientists, my love life is going to be a complete mess. Which, to be fair with you, until now has been. I think I'm pretty assured at the moment, but has been in the past a complete and utter mess. Maybe scientists are right all along. And it's kind of depressing to think about, because for most people watching this, they wouldn't have had this perfect, ideal childhood. They definitely wouldn't have been brought up in a mansion with their mummies and daddies cuddling and them bringing them up the way they should have been. Probably for most people watching this, that is not the case. And this is where obsessive love comes in. Let me explain. Obsessive love is, in my definition, again, this is completely my own theories and my own research. Obsessive love is when you love someone for what they are and what they have, but not because of chemistry factors. Basically, you love someone because they provide you things, but not for who they truly are or what you truly want. It means that if all these traits of this beautiful person were ripped away, say if they were really good at football or cooking or could do the laundry really well, you would no longer love them. Well, love is a very harsh statement to make in this situation. Now I know, yes, this just sounds like a really used relationship. This just sounds like a horrible human being who's with someone just for their skills. But it goes a lot further than that. It goes into trauma. As a child, if you've had a bad life, the chances are you have developed some form of trauma along the way. Now, people with trauma generally develop feelings that they need to be loved, they need to be hugged, they need to be wrapped around in cotton wool and given everything in the world. Because when you are traumatized, that is exactly what you want. You want to feel safe in the world. And because of this, this is what you look for in a partner. And this is why most young teenage relationships, all they involved is hand-holding, kissing, hugging, and telling each other fairy tale stories that are not really true. It's not a very serious relationship for most teenagers of the age of like 16 upwards, even going into adulthood. They don't really understand that they're going through this, and in their heads, they are absolutely in love. This person is the best person in the world, but they're not really truly conceptualized the reason they think that person is the best person in the world. Is it because they have amazing traits and they can do all these amazing things and you love them for the things they can do? Or is it because there's generally chemistry between you two? You know, you can live a life together, you can spend an entire day together, not piss each other off, and all that lovely stuff. You love them for how they are and not for what they have. Which is the difference between obsessive and normal love. Obsessive love is when you love someone for their traits and skills and that's all you want out of them. And, you know, general love is you love them for who they are. Very big difference. This is where trauma comes in again. If you are someone who's been traumatized and you're looking for all these lovely-dovey stuff to heal this trauma, you are going to look for a partner who is going to hug you regularly, maybe have sex with you regularly, probably kiss you a lot, just basically be at your beck and call whenever you need them. Which, in the real world, is not love. And for a teenager, an important stage of a relationship is learning how to get to know that you are in an obsessive relationship and learning what love really is. So say if I've, been looking at this girl because I'm a boy, it could be the opposite way around, for a little while. You know, she's pretty, she might be nice in visual terms, she might also have a good personality from what you've picked up on so far. You know, all the kind of things that a boy is like, yes, tick, 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 alright, good. And then you kind of get to talk to her, she gives you a lot of attention, she might be quite huggy, she might talk a lot, you know, generally shows you quite a bit of affection, and suddenly you start to click. Normally, a teenager would jump on this like a house ton of bricks and be like, yes, this is an absolute perfect relationship. We're going to live in a mansion when we're older and we're going to have plenties of babies. It'll be fantastic. But what you've got to step back and really think about is, do I love this girl for the things she provided me, which was the affection, the hugs and the kisses, or do I love them as a person? A very hard question to answer. How do we answer this question, you may be wondering? Well, it's not very easy. The first step is seeing how the first 2 to 3 months go of a relationship. Generally, obsessive lovers don't very rarely last very often. You know, their probably expansion time is about 2 months and then things start to drift off. Because again, they didn't love that person for what they are, they loved them for their traits. And once you start to realise that them traits are not so Disneyland Paris style, you soon start to distance yourself. But the other thing is, are you able to come over arguments? Are you able to come over little things very easily? If not, it's probably a sign of obsessive love. You know, if one day you don't text a partner within 30 minutes of them texting you, and suddenly they start kicking off at you, does that person really love you? Because chances are, if they were actually in love with you, they are not going to put their entire relationship on the line just because you didn't message them back in 30 minutes. Probably not going to happen. Or unless they've got like severe anxiety or mental health issues which involve that. But that's an entire another topic for another day. Most people are able to, understand that if they start an argument, there is a risk that that relationship is going to get ruined. If I argue with my partner about something and they react in a negative way and suddenly we start fighting, we should be able to resolve that and we come back to what is called ground zero. Why the fuck are we together in the first place? What are our core values? Why did we start this relationship? What do we really love about each other? And all this gooshy stuff. If you and your partner are having arguments and it never comes back to ground zero, you start swearing at each other, you start blaming each other for everything, you call each other absolutely insane things, and then at the end of it you look at each other like you've both just committed murders and walk away. Probably not love, it's probably just obsession. Because what happens in an argument is you two disagree. Now what someone who is in love is going to do, if someone does something wrong, they kind of look over what they did wrong. And to a certain extent it's a negative thing, but to most extents it's a good thing. They're kind of like, well, he held hands with this woman, but I love him, so I can't break up with him because I'm in love with him. Come on, he's perfect. He's the most adorable human being on earth. And suddenly they go down this portal of they're amazing and never actually break up with the dude. And that should be the same for petty little things like you didn't put a plate in the dishwasher. If you're getting screamed at every night because you didn't, chances are that girl does not love you. She's just using you for what you have. Which is very sad. And that is a perfect example of obsessive love over normal love. Being able to become over very difficult situations and come back to ground zero. Because if someone truly loves you, they love you for your positives and your negatives. No matter what comes up. Or unless it's like, oh no, they cheated on you, or like all the red flags. Common sense should tell you that. So the question in your mind now is, should I dump someone or lose someone just because I might be obsessively in love with them? I might like them more for the fact that they are very good at hockey or very good at cooking or hugging me or having sex than I am for the actual person. Should I dump them? Now, it's a debate to be had. Some people would say that, if I can get what I need out of a partner, surely I'm not going to get rid of them. And then other people will look on the more interesting side of things and be like, well, you're probably just using the crap out of them, which is not a very nice thing to do, probably get rid of them. And I know many people, just in my daily life, who use the living daylights out of their partner, but don't actually love them. They end up having kids with this person or having sex with this person just because it was good sex and not because they actually love the human being. Yes, it's possible. You can have good sex without a good relationship. I know, what a miracle. Now, my answer to this question, which again is extremely up to debate, is yes. You should probably rethink your relationship. I'm not going to tell you to dump this person, but it is definitely something you need to sit down and be like, right, why do I actually love this person? Do I love him for the right reasons, and do I not? If you've got more positives and it can be improved, keep him. Have a conversation with him. Work on your relationship. But if you're generally just with him because he has good traits, probably time to look the other way. I know it's going to be hard. You're literally giving up something that, gave you so much. But for the own person's needs and the own person's mental health, it's probably better to let that dude go. Now, we're all guilty of it. As young kids, we do this all the time. You know, one girl gives us this amazing look in the eyes, or holds our hands, or gives us this amazing hug, and we immediately think that we're on land goo-goo land, and that the world's our own. And we think we're in love, when in reality, all we really want is that hug again, and because we get that hug very often, we love it, so we keep doing it, and then we think we love them, so we get with them. Entire world of depression. So I just wanted to cover this. I wanted to express to you that this is a thing, make you really consider why you're with your partner. I know, quite a brainstorming video, and give you an insight that over Christmas, over the festive periods, if you're watching this video during Christmas that is, it's time to really think about who you're in love with. Make 2021 the year where you really get with someone and love a person for what they are rather than what they have. Be in love rather than being obsessed. I hope you guys are having a good December, and I'll catch all you dudes next time.